Hi everyone, it's Alia or Cake Legend and welcome back to another K-pop Demon Hunters themed cake decorating tutorial. Today's cake is so simple and easy but so stylish, and it's inspired by the song Golden, which is my favorite song on the soundtrack. Of course, if you haven't listened to that song, how? And also, go listen to it because it's so catchy. So let's jump right into it. We're doing this on a heart-shaped cake, though this design can totally be done on a round cake. And I'm gonna start by just icing the top of the cake with black buttercream. I'm only doing the top and not the sides. So after I cover the top with the black buttercream, I'm gonna go in with my bench scraper to smooth out that edge, and then I'm not really gonna touch it too much. I got rid of a little bit of the icing, but overall, don't wanna touch that just yet. Then I put the cake in the fridge to chill until the black icing was firm, and then I took it back out so I could cover the sides in these two shades of yellow. I was trying to match the vibe of the music video and like all the posters the best I could. So we're doing this little ombre of yellow on the side. I have a little bit of a darker shade at the top. I feel like this one was more golden-y, and then a brighter yellow at the bottom. Just putting this all over the sides of the cake, and then I'm going to smooth it out with my bench scraper again, but leaving that top edge once again so I can chill the cake and then cut it off with a warm knife. Before that though, while this buttercream is still soft, I'm gonna go in with a cake comb to create these little indents in the sides of the cake to represent the honmoon once again. I'm not digging into the cake. I don't want the cake to be visible through the icing. I just wanted there to be a little bit of a pattern there. After that, I put the cake in the fridge. Once the icing was firm, I took it back out and, like I said, used a warm knife to cut off that top edge. Little bit at a time, just trying to get that off so the top can be smooth. And it's okay if it looks a little messy at times or it's not super perfect or smooth, because this top edge is going to be covered in a border anyways. And chilling the cake before that step is essential to getting it nice and clean. After that, we're moving on with our cool new projector to pipe the golden logo on top. Again, I used to do all of this free-handed, just copying the font the best I could with my eyes, but having a projector makes it so much easier. It's already centered, the font is there, I just have to trace it. I used white buttercream to pipe the letters for the song title and then the group name underneath. It looks a little bumpy and uneven because my focus was to just get the base down and then I clean it up afterwards. To clean up these letters, I First, let them chill just a tiny bit. I didn't put the cake in the fridge, but it was already cold from when it was chilling before. So I gave it like a minute just to let the buttercream set a little. Then I went in with my offset spatula and did like the bigger parts, just trying to smooth them out a little bit. And then after that, I went in with a toothpick to really get the fine details. This is like tedious work. And of course, I'm not being like a super hardcore perfectionist. I know it can't be perfect, but I'm just like adding little bits of icing to help me fill in the gaps, trying to smooth it out, get all the corners. And when I was satisfied with it, I did pop it in the fridge for like a minute to let these letters chill. And then I went over it with some gold edible paint. This paint was actually the same mixture from the previous video where I used vegetable oil instead of vodka. And I feel like this paint's much nicer onto buttercream because it's a little thicker, it's less liquidy. I feel like a vodka mixture normally separates on top of the buttercream because it's like, you know, trying to paint water on top of oil or butter. But the vegetable oil mixture works much better, like a proper paint. Obviously, this wouldn't be as nice to eat because the vegetable oil is gonna stay, whereas vodka would evaporate and just leave the gold dust. But nobody was eating this cake, so for content decoration purposes, it's totally fine. Or, of course, if you're okay with eating vegetable oil, then that's also totally fine. Next, we're going to add the borders to the cake. I wanted to do a white border on the top using a star tip Wilton's number 21. This is just a basic shell border, and I was being very careful to make sure I'm actually covering up that gap where the black icing and the yellow icing meet, and also making sure that I am accentuating the heart shape of this cake. Very important on heart-shaped cakes. For the bottom border, instead of doing white, I went back to black, just to add some contrast and make it pop. Now the last step is going over those little indents we made before with the gold paint. Again, make sure the cake has been chilled before painting onto buttercream because you don't want to move the buttercream around or mess it up. If it's nice and firm, then painting is a breeze. And it's even easier when you have these guidelines to go off of. My lines I still feel were a little bit messy, but I'm gonna blame it on the paintbrush. I need new ones, I need better ones, and more variety. I honestly only have like 2 right now. I was having too much fun. I was loving how the cake was turning out, and the gold on the sides just brings it all together. And here it is, our golden themed K-pop Demon Hunters cake. I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. I love this cake. It's so simple and cute and just perfect. and I love how much those gold letters on top just stand out. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. I will see you all in the next video. Bye!